Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 1.74% to 2252. Ethereum is up 2.41% to 1578. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. We always start with a crypto sector run-through. We're looking to see what's really green, what's really red, and how the sectors are moving in relationship to each other. Over time, this will give you a really good feeling of how the market is progressing. I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram, and those platforms are scammers' paradises. Just run like hell if anybody reaches out to you and wants to directly message you and says, "Contact me with a great offer." They're liars and scammers. Please keep away. Bitcoin is currently trading at $20,150, and we can see we're 5.96% away from the Armageddon line and 4.97% away from a retracement line, this 21,133 level. Basically, Bitcoin has gone pretty much nowhere, but it's tried to overcome this resistance line, this fourth resistance level, but it's had no success. If we zoom into that particular price area, we can see it more clearly here. We can see that resistance level is being rejected, and we can see that this support level is trying to uphold itself. In the background is the NASDAQ 100, and these are the futures. What it points to is the NASDAQ is coming down. And we know this is important because of Rule 225. Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. We have a lot of rules for crypto technical analysts, and they're found inside the masterclass. The first thing that we do is we must mark up our charts, then look to outside forces, being like really good crypto detectives, but looking inside the stock market and all sorts of markets. They're all intercorrelated and interdependent. Then we come back into the crypto market and find the market's focus. We seek to gain positive excellence and mastery of emotional control before we buy or sell. And that's because many people, when they get inside the markets to start with, they think the market is just like a slot machine, a one-arm bandit or one-button bandit. You push the button and money comes out. But you know, in gambling, the house always wins. So we don't want to gamble because that's an absolute cost of money. What we want to do is to actually understand how the markets actually operate in practice. I said a comment in the comments from yesterday's video that the market is like a lion, it's like a tiger, and it's very grumpy. It's a moody tiger, and you have to be really careful because you can hop on the tiger when it's taking full flight, but be careful because it can throw you and eat you, and many of us have gone through that process. This means we must respect the market, and we must be like really good detectives to avoid getting eaten by the market. And when you synchronize in with the market, you'll do especially well, particularly well. But if you're desynchronized, it's better to descale. Just sit on the sidelines and don't get eaten. We can see that the Crypto Fear and Greed Index has come back to extreme fear. Well, it's never really left it. We've been in extreme fear for quite a few days. And the reason that we look at Bitcoin is because of Rule 45. Your beloved cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity. Let's check the longs and the shorts to see if the longs are buying the dip or the shorts are going in hard because they believe the market will tank. And just a little small note that will help you out. These are logarithmic scales that I have playing out here on this particular chart. That measures equal percentage gains and losses, so it's equal percentage movements. We can see the longs piling in, they're buying the dip. And what are the shorts doing? They're not too sure if they should get in more, or they're just kind of waiting at the moment. And what could they be waiting on? As the shorts have unlimited downside risk, they're probably waiting on Friday's average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and the employment rate data. Let's have a look who's winning the race here, if it's yin or yang. opposite sides of the same coin. We're seeing really low liquidation volumes. 24 hours, 164.22 million across 39,243 positions. And if we look across the past 24 hours, about 54% of total liquidations were short. What about the past 12 hours? Went the other way, 58% long. What about the past 4 hours? Whoa, 72% short. It's chopping and changing everywhere. What about the past hour? 54% long. This market is all over the place. It just can't figure out what it's doing. We're going to do some technical analysis on total liquidations. You can see that when we get past this red line, you notice this red line down here and here. When price starts to get above that, we could see some turnarounds in price. How long it will live for is another thing, but just bear this in mind. We can see that this is a resistance level playing out. And what happened the last time we saw a resistance level? We had a resistance level here and a sharper downtrend one here. When it started to turn around, go in this direction, we had a bit of upward price momentum. Just keep that in mind. We can also see that over the past week, we've had very, very low levels of real commitment inside the market. So basically, people are just waiting on the sidelines. And there was another great comment. Do you love the fact that your Bitcoin balance is going up every single day? Yeah, it's fantastic. Let's look a lot deeper into market structure, and we'll have a look at the SLs. What we actually see is from a buy-sell structural level, we've got two levels up in the resistance area, one at 20,297, one at 23,94, and two support levels, one at 19,889 and one at 19,985. You can see Bitcoin is currently trading at 20,107. It's getting range bound between these two levels. We're having a fight here, no question about it. But what happens if we dip down? Where are the next levels in the market? We've got one at 18,840 and another one at 17,972. What about if we go the other way? Where are the resistance levels? We looked at support. Where are resistance if we go the other way? And we've always got to be prepared for price to go anywhere. After all, it's a really grumpy tiger. And because we BORSOG, we're not really minding too much where price is going. We just want it to hit some kind of key structural level so we can take advantage of it. And we can see the resistance levels at $21,004 and $21,376. Please let me know if this is helpful to you. And these particular levels are formed through the CTKS method. They're derived dynamic smart money buy and sell levels. They're not just on recent price action. We don't do what other channels do here. And one thing to note with these levels, they are dynamic. They'll change every single day according to market structure. Ethereum is currently trading at 1559. If we look at major structural support levels within the market for Ethereum, there's one at 1453 or 1454 effectively, and one at 1154. We've got two major resistance lines playing out in the Ethereum market at the moment, 1803 and a higher one at 2055. We know that we can't look at Ethereum in isolation. We need to look at Bitcoin's price. That's why I showed you the SL levels on Bitcoin. And we can't just look at Bitcoin. We have to look at the main markets. And you can see the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ futures are coming down at the moment. That will drag Bitcoin down, potentially with it. It's a probability, it's not a certainty, but we've seen that they're very, very closely correlated. Let's have a look at one more, Solana. Solana is basically on an SL support level at 31.91 just at the moment. There's one below it at 31.55. We can see two structural SL levels above at 33.32 and 33.43 and a higher one at 35.63. Now what happens if we lose this 31.55 level? Where is the next structural level below? You can see it's a pretty long way down at 24.70. So we need to be aware of that Armageddon line. The Armageddon line is currently 18,942. What we don't want to see is price to get below that particular level, because there's literally no support below there. We could see a very sharp and steep sell-off. We're not there yet, and it's important not to get too excited either one way or another about it, but we must be mindful of it. When we do the CTKS charts, what we actually see is the changing dynamic structure underneath every single crypto that you mark up. That's why it's so important to use the CTKS method, so you can understand where the real support and resistance levels are in the market. If you're trading Sol, just be aware of this. And it's always a good idea to mark up every single chart you're trading or investing in with the CTKS method. For example, if you're an investor in Sol and you love Sol, you believe that Sol will just party going forward, you need to know where these buy levels are inside the market, because you can put your orders there. But you always need your ANF strategy, and the first thing that you need to look at is Bitcoin. We do our BORSOG code each and every day so that we figure out how synchronized we are with the market, also where we think the market is going, and the percentage it can move for us or against us. It's just like a traffic light. First of all, you think, what if price goes against me, goes neutral, or it goes for me? Consider the going for me last. And what about if the market goes down, flat, or up? That's this particular part. Down is just the D, just the F, just the U. Whatever you think the market will do, that's the first part of your BORSOG code. Remember, BORSOG codes have three parts. The first part is where the market is going. The second part is how you feel the probability inside your portfolio will play out. And the third part is how synchronized you feel with the market. When you're very, very synchronized, you can do very well. And this is just a really practical score, but it's only for you. Well done to everybody who puts out their BORSOG codes. The market will never know you, but it knows that if you put in the time and do active learning, it will reward you. Inside our community, we're just a group of friends seeking to become better each and every day. It's important when you put out your BORSOG codes to be absolutely authentic. Don't worry about what anybody else is putting out. And it doesn't matter which way the market goes. It matters that you're just being authentic. And Vicente, I love your synchronization score, 46.7%. Well done to everyone. And thank you to the moderators. Yesterday, there was a scammer just posting scam comments all over our beloved community members' posts, and Art and others just got in there and deleted them all. Fantastic. And please, no, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Scammers do. That's why I don't. And we had some incredible comments too about positive excellence. I'll come back to those later. If you're new to our community, a very warm welcome. And now you know what these codes are that appear in the comments. And feel free to put in your own. The faster you do active learning, the more the market will reward you. As a trader or investor, if you're not in synchronization with the market, it's not a good time to either buy or sell. It's taken me many, many decades to come up with this concept. It is inherently very, very powerful for you. And it takes a lot of time to get into synchronization with the market. So if you're feeling low synchronization, that's a risk warning for you. And this is really sensible because the markets are really risky at the moment. They're very, very close to the Armageddon line, but they're also under widespread resistance. And we know, Rule 225, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. So let's do a lightning tour through the markets. We can see from global markets, all the markets are under resistance currently. And Masterclass students, you get this live chart in LV19. We can also see that the Nasdaq 100, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the Russell 2000 are all selling off currently. The MSCI ACWI, which measures across developed countries and emerging markets, sold off through support a couple of days ago, and it's been going down. It's incredibly weak. This shows global weakness. That means we have to be concerned, if not just aware, of where price could go. If we can see continued weakness in the market, of course when we BORSOG there are always opportunities, but if you're investing, you might like to convert some of your investment portfolio into a trading portfolio, because you can buy the dips, and we do that very, very effectively. And we know not all dips are created equal. And we are always prepared, not scared. That's rule 252. And looking at the main markets, we can see the VIX gauge. And Masterclass students, you get this live chart in TM6. The VIX is the fear gauge of the market. It's still moving upwards. It hasn't broken any form of trend yet. It's still going up. And what do we see with the NASDAQ 100? We saw the individual indices before. It's heading down to this particular support level at $12,086. What do we see with bond prices? Bond prices are falling. Yields are increasing. What's happening with gold, which can be a proxy for geopolitical risk? It's heading towards the 1690.30 level. And what do we see with the DXY, the dollar? The US dollar currency index, it's over support at 108.448. I'm going to drill into this a little bit more, because remember, these are dynamic support and resistance lines. And what's happened to oil? Oil has actually come down and lost its support. And we can see JNK, or the junk bonds. They've actually just wiped out so much of the upward momentum that was experienced. And junk bonds can give us a really good comprehension of where the markets are heading. Let's dig into the DXY, and we can see the DXY is exhibiting an inverse relationship with Bitcoin and the major indices at the moment. We really want the dollar to fall, the DXY to fall. That will ease pressure on the major indices, and of course Bitcoin as well. And if Bitcoin goes up, what happens to your beloved alts? They go up with it. So let's have a look at market structure levels. What we can basically see at the moment is that the DXY rejected off that 109.199 level. It passed through a major support level which was below that resistance level at 108.845, and then it's come down and tested the lower boundary in terms of its support at 108.370. It's just wobbling around somewhat at the moment. If we lose this lower bound of support at 108.370, we're going down to 107.101. And if we actually manage to break through this 108.845 level, we're probabilistically on the way to 109.765. So what we actually want to see happen from our perspectives, we want the dollar to start coming down. But we're aware of these SL levels, and remember, they are dynamic. They change each day. And let's have a quick look at gold. We can see gold has a lot of overhead resistance around that 1750 to 1770 mark. And we've actually lost some support here. So we do have a tremendous amount of support at 1686 through to 1676. So there's something just to be aware of there. And with about 20 days to the next FOMC meeting, we can see the percentage probability of a 75 basis point increase in the federal funds rate is currently at 72%. That's really, really high. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get a 100 basis point increase on the cards, at least in the next 20 days. If not, it could become an actual probability, and that would be a distinct worry. But when we consider what Jerome Powell said from his Jackson Hole commentary, he talks about taking forceful and rapid steps to moderate demand and destroy rational inattention. These are things that are not brought out in a lot of newspaper articles that I read. I'm very disappointed that so many journalists don't actually do their research. They don't actually look at what is said. As a community, we need to be aware of what might happen, even though that may vehemently disagree with what we want to happen, because the market is a tiger and we don't want to be eaten, and we certainly don't want to think it's a cute, fluffy little white pussycat, because it's got really sharp teeth. On reading the Fed's words over many, many months, I think it's been quite consistent, but the newspaper and mainstream media outlets say, oh, there's going to be easing. I've never seen where that would be even a probability. Basically, what the Fed needs to do is needs to bring down inflation rate data, and especially the expectations on inflation. If it does that, they're going to do really, really well. There may be a bit of short-term pain, but there's going to be long-term gain. And of course, it's a midterm election year. And many people inside the comments in our community said, well, you know, midterm year, politicians, you know what that means. They're going to rally the market after. They'll go hard, then go soft. And I believe that's very, very probable. And when you're looking at this inflation data, Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TM4. Remember, always consider the going against you first. It's a tiger, it's a lion, it's a really nasty cat, but you can ride it very, very effectively, but you must respect it. Remember that you control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. So just throw down those rose-colored glasses, put the 4 case last, and think about what could go against you, what could go nowhere, and what could go for you. And I think from that perspective, you'll do very, very good risk management, because everybody is different and they have different goals. In zones 1 and zones 2, people don't respect the market. In zones 3 and zone 4, we really respect the market. Respect is a component of positive excellence, and positive excellence gives sustainable fulfillment, meaning happiness and success. Sounds pretty cool. And respect is a critical part of dealing with the market. If you know that the market doesn't know you, it will never know you. There's no point getting upset with the market. It just doesn't know who you are. And it's a really grumpy tiger. So when you focus on positive excellence and learning and becoming better each and every day and not blaming, because when you blame, unfortunately, you lose the lesson. And that's just the lesson that comes from the loss. There's no need to focus on money. Focusing on becoming better each and every day is the path. Focusing on getting more and more knowledge, that will take you to where you need to go. In yesterday's comments, we talked about respect, and J-Link had a very fantastic thing to say. I respect the market by not getting back to zone 1, the panic zone, and zone 2, the blame zone. Well done, my friend. By marking up charts to get ready when the opportunity shows itself, and by not falling into FOMO, fear of missing out, and FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Well done, J-Link. And Mellow Cryptic talks a lot more about that patience mindset. Fantastic. Thank you, Mellow. And Ivan shared something really good on respect. Respect is the value and love you feel and give for yourself first. Then the value and love you feel and give to the world, as we are all one. It's all about empathy and integrity. Really good words here, Ivan. And Ivan says, the market does not know you, but respects your efforts or penalizes your lack of knowledge. Really good words. As Meditative said, I respect the market because it's very cunning and clever. You have to be on your toes. And Badger said, when it comes to respect, respect is a two-way street. Without it, relationships can't survive. It's best not to argue with anyone who is disrespectful, because no one will be able to tell the difference between us and them. Very good, Badger. And Kacharia, thank you very much for your comment. I enjoy very much reading the wise comments, something you don't find very often in trading groups. So true, my friend. This is a veritable oasis of awesome people, but awesome people who really dislike scammers. And as Oscar was saying, I believe that the increase, it will definitely come around the midterms, the US midterms, Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. And he quoted CTO Larson, politicians will sell their mother and their country's future to be re-elected. Oh, mamma mia, I think it's correct. And what Oscar said here is really good as well. People calmly respecting others is a good proxy for them having self-respect. The inverse is, they're also true. And John said, shown respect by the smallest things, like calling my name, gives me such a thrill. Calling people by their names is a really nice thing to do. And John also said, when respecting the market, just practice by coffee money, get yourself in sync, your daily BORSOG code, scale and descale, and do the hard work to increase your knowledge. It's so important to do the hard work. So many people think that they have the money, so therefore the market will just reward them. Remember, the market is an angry, basically psychotic tiger or lion that wants to eat your money. So please don't feed it. Feed yourself with knowledge on how to avoid those sharp, gnashing teeth. And the way that we do that inside our community, we mark up our charts with the CTKS method. You can see those particular lines, those particular levels that we talk about are so critically important, and they are derived from the CTKS method. We understand that the crypto market is just one market, and the stock market impacts the crypto market, so we must be wary of what is happening there. And then we look at the crypto market, finding the market's focus. Before we buy or sell, we master our emotional control. Trading and investing is very emotional by nature, so you have to actually delete your emotions to become profitable. So few people can do that. Only about 5%, 5 to 10%, they're the profitable ones. So when you think about stories that traders don't make money, retail traders don't make money, smart money traders do make money, because smart money controls their emotional state, and they understand they've got to put in the hard work, and that's what we do inside the masterclass. And there are 4 partial masterclass scholarships, one from Kerry Chambers, one from Puparatum, one from Tails, and one from myself. Please know that the masterclass requires persistence, dedication, and commitment, because it's a premium Rolls-Royce level masterclass on crypto technical analysis using the CTKS method, a method of technical analysis invented specifically for crypto that accounts for exponential implosions and explosions in price and updates normal stock market and Forex technical analysis. You'll see so many people in the stock market and Forex trying to apply TA to the crypto market and saying, I don't know what's happening with crypto. We do know what's happening. And the masterclass is all about transferring 30 years of in-market expertise and experience into you. And therefore, you do have to take things slowly. Go slow to go fast. Don't skip around. Don't skip lessons. There's so much in here, and you have access to it for years. And it's also constantly updated at the end. So you actually stay in touch with what is happening inside the markets. And it's really important to know why it was created. If you just go across to the testimonials section, I have a little video there which will show you and tell you why I actually created the masterclass. It's all about knowledge transfer. And if you actually go through the testimonials, you will see that we've got quite a few of them, so you can just read through there at your leisure. When it comes to you being ready to place your trades, the CTKS Creed has a lot of positive affirmations, and we had a really interesting comment in the comment section of yesterday's video. The universe, what's that? Well, it's basically whatever particular religion you're from. It doesn't matter if you put God or Allah or Buddha or anything in there that you want, or just if you're agnostic, you can just use the universe. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. This is all about keeping people away from Zone 1 and Zone 2 and absolutely speeding the ascent to Zone 4. In the comments today, I thought we could talk about commitment. Commitment is an incredibly important thing to have in your personal life, in your working life, in your hobbies, no matter what it is, in the sports that you play, in the relationships you have. If we don't have commitment, we don't have the staying power. What do you think about commitment on both a personal level and a market level? And what are your feelings on commitment and profitability? That's a really important topic. I look forward to your thoughts. And something to always bear in mind when you're actually looking through your beloved alts, keep Bitcoin's price action in mind, but also look towards the main markets. It's really, really important. A lot of people think that they just have to drill in to, say, Matic or Solana, and that's it. That's not it. That's not even close. If you have friends or family who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram, but scammers do. And thank you also to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use, and links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out an ambassador to get 80% off, and if you're in financial hardship, you can apply for the partial scholarship. And I'm always assessing scholarship applicants by the effort and energy they put in each and every day. Hint, hint. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.